Hi, welcome to Local Flavor. I'm Deborah Anderson and I'm here in Moreland at Aunt Faye's Community Kitchen, where anyone can rent the kitchen and make whatever they'd like. And I have to tell you, when I came in this morning, it smelled pretty awesome, and I had to ask around, and I heard somebody was making homemade pasta in here yesterday with a garlic flavor. So she's going to be at the craft fair. I got to look that up because it smells awesome in here right now. And we're going to change the smell a little bit. What I'm going to make today is chocolate popcorn. Why am I making this? I actually got a friend request on Facebook from a little girl I used to babysit. And as soon as I accepted her as a friend, she said, "Do you remember when you used to babysit us and make us chocolate popcorn?" And I kind of remembered, but I had forgotten. I have not made that since I was a babysitter. And so I became obsessed with trying to find our family's chocolate popcorn recipe, which we all loved. Or my brother said he didn't like it, but I loved it. And the kids I babysat loved it. And so I have been experimenting. Couldn't find the recipe from any of my sisters or brothers, so I've been looking up recipes on the net and trying them. And this is the one I found is probably the closest. I think it's a little shinier than I remember ours being. And it's more like if you go to like Patsy's, if you go to Manitou Springs and you go to the candy stand, Patsy's, it tastes a lot like their chocolate popcorn, but not quite. If you have my mom's recipe, please let me know. Call Nex-Tech. My extension's 1176. And I am looking desperately for that recipe, and so is Gretchen, the little girl I used to babysit, who's an adult now, of course, with 3 babies of her own, 2 or 3. Okay, what I'm doing here is, when my mom did it, we always made our own popcorn. You could make it in the microwave, if you have one of those corn poppers. If you use the bags, it might be a little oily. So we're going to make it on the stovetop like we did at home in the 70s. And this is 2 tablespoons of popcorn oil. And I have it on medium heat. And I'm going to put in the salt for it now. It never actually works for me, but someone told me, you know how in our communities, a lot of them have a community theater and all the concession stand is run by volunteers. And someone told me that the nights that the popcorn is really good, it's because they add the salt before it cooks. And so I keep trying it. I haven't found it as magical as that, but it don't hurt it. So I put in a half a teaspoon of salt. And I've got 2 tablespoons of the oil, and now I'm just going to put in 3 kernels. Those are my test kernels, and then I have to listen for them to pop. And this is a pretty thick kettle. I might have to. Sometimes I don't hear them, so I might check it now and then. But once those pop, I'll know the oil is ready. I'm going to take it off the heat and fish out the cooked ones, and then put in my kernels. So I might as well get those ready. I'm going to do a half a cup of popcorn. Hope I don't be too noisy, but you are supposed to shake it now and then when it's on the stove. I'm using a Dutch oven, so it has plenty of room to pop. It's kind of funny because you can tell it really does need all that room too, because the lid will be covered in salt and oil from where it popped in there. It scares me to death when one pops while I'm opening it. I'll get out my other saucepan to be ready for when we're going to make the topping. After this pops, we'll let it cool with the lid off. As soon as I'm brave enough to take it off. I think that was one. Nope, it wasn't. For the topping, I'll go ahead and put my butter in the pan. We'll use a 1/4 cup of butter, and I like these Land O'Lakes sticks that are already measured when I'm going to use that exact amount. It's thinking about it. Maybe I should have preheated it. I'll go ahead and measure my other stuff too. We'll have a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And a 1/2 cup of regular sugar. I'll wait for that until I empty. There it goes, there it goes. Emergency. I heard 2. It's all 3. So I'm gonna take it off the heat just for a second and fish out those 3 kernels. Then dump in a 1/2 cup, put the lid on pretty fast, and I'm going to shake it on, but I'm going to let it set for 30 seconds before I put it back on the heat, just to bring them to temp a little bit softly. So I'm watching the clock for 30 seconds. Then this pops pretty quickly within a couple minutes. Ooh, I can hear it. It's not popping, but I got it pretty hot. Okay, back on the heat. Might turn it down just a touch. And you don't want to walk away from it because it will burn. There's a few kernels popping. I don't know if you can hear it. My microphone might not be close enough. And it is very, very thick pan. 7 layers. Look at that steam coming out. Was it called Jiffy Pop, the thing that had the foil back then? That was easier to shake because it was so light. My grandma always had those. We didn't get them at home. That was a grandma treat. And it's really popping now. I'll wait until it's quite a few seconds, like 2 or 3 seconds between kernels popping. And then we'll be done. Now you can hear it. How's that sound? It's fun. It feels pretty hot. I don't know how they don't all pop at once. But that would blow the lid off, I think. Whoever tried this anyway? Who figured out that you could pop this stuff the first time? Okay, I think it's done. Mostly done. I'm gonna give it just a few seconds to make sure it's not still going, and then I'll take the lid off and let it cool. And when we come back, we'll make the chocolate sauce to pour on top.
Western Auction and Real Estate LLC is ready to travel to you. Their team includes auctioneers and real estate specialists that will exceed your expectations. They offer experience in agriculture real estate, commercial and residential sales, and farm equipment auctions. Plus, they conveniently travel to your location. And it doesn't stop there. Visit westernauctionandrealestate.com today to shop their online equipment auctions too. For professionalism from concept to completion, it's Western Auction and Real Estate.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Oh, let's see who's free. When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Let us shop for you. Contact Rogers & Associate to learn more. The easiest way for you to get anywhere in the country is the Hayes Regional Airport. Twice daily flights between Hayes and Denver means you are only 45 minutes from over 100 direct flights to get you to your destination as quick as possible. Service from SkyWest has completely changed the flight experience out of Hayes thanks to their 50-passenger jets that include complimentary beverages and an in-flight restroom. With free parking and short security lines, there has never been a better time to use the Hayes Regional Airport. The next time you travel, check Hayes first at flyhays.com to see the time and money you could save.
The plumber said there's something wrong with my water. It looks like you have hard water. You need a water softener. Let me show you the options we have. Hey, do you guys deliver salt? We sure do. What about drinking water? We have water coolers and drinking water systems. We even have bottled water.
Find us on Facebook and itsbetterwater.com. And remember,
It's not just water, it's better water!
Hey, welcome back to Local Flavor. Here is our popcorn all finished popping and cooled. Once again, it doesn't taste salty like it does at the movie theater, but I will taste that salt later when I mix on the chocolate. It's mostly at the bottom of the pan, but I'm gonna have to put the chocolate on. This is a 1/4 cup of real butter. I'm melting it. And once it's melted, I'll put in the sugars and also some corn syrup. I think I'm gonna get a different one for the corn syrup because there's quite a bit of sugar compared to the amount of butter. So it starts to look too dry really fast and then it fixes itself with the corn syrup. So I'm gonna have that ready to go. And I've got my favorite whisk with the springs everywhere. Yes, it is harder to wash, but if you put it in the dishwasher, it's the same amount hard as anything else. No dishwasher here. That is the one thing I miss. So with this, once it melts, I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and a 1/2 cup of white sugar and a 1/4 cup of corn syrup. Can you see? I have to tell you something that I have not figured out. When I was trying all these different recipes, usually it works fine. On the one I tried, it didn't have any brown sugar, so I don't know if that's the reason, but the butter kind of broke like cheese breaks, and I could not get the sugar incorporated into it. And I have been researching it. I don't know what happened. If you know, let me know. I can't imagine that it was the lack of brown sugar, but that was about the only difference. And it was so weird because the oily part had no flavor in it. And then all the sugary part, it was just like dried powder put on separately. Weirdest thing I ever seen. So I'm gonna try to get these sugars melted down quite a bit. I'll let them go ahead and boil a bit. That'll make it kind of like a popcorn ball kind of coating. Although we don't have to get to hard, soft boil stage. Is that what they call it when you drop the piece in water? We used to make popcorn balls too. That's what I remember from that. And some corn syrup. No, soft ball stage, because you make a ball of, okay, I'm getting so old. Ball, boil, there's several similar letters. But there is our, I wish I had a better little spatula here. And I need a 1/4 cup of cocoa to go into. And the vanilla we're not going to add until we take it out off the heat. Now, last time I made this, I ran out of my cocoa, which was Nestle's, and this one's Hershey's, so cross your fingers that it is not hugely different. At the stores around here, that mostly Hershey's is what is available, which is one of my favorite candy bars, so. Okay, you get up to go ahead, and once it starts boiling, I'll take it off and add about a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. It smells awesome. If you love chocolate, you'll love this. Now, my brother did not like the chocolate popcorn. He liked the popcorn balls better, but I love Count Chocula. He loved Frankenberry. We were just different kids. He liked strawberry quick. I liked the chocolate quick. It would be terrible if we got along and our parents didn't have to buy double everything. He liked the Fruity Pebbles. I like the Cocoa Pebbles. Oh, it smells like Windham, Kansas, where I grew up. Okay, that's enough boiling, I think. Let's get some real vanilla, about a 1/2 teaspoon. And I'll whisk that in. It looks nice and smooth. Ooh, hot vanilla smell. Okay, now I'm gonna pour it right over the popcorn. It does get hard fairly quickly. I have my oven preheated to about 250 degrees. Not enough to bake anything, but we're just wanting to dry this out. So as I pour it on, I'm gonna stir the chocolate up. Well, it's not my intention to get popcorn all over the place, but somebody thought it would be a good idea. Mix it in as good as I can. You don't want to mix like really fast because you'll break all your popcorn. I normally don't like to do things where you have things that crunch and need stirred, but not broken. But the things we do for chocolate. Okay, last little bit. And then I'm gonna put it on a pan. Sometimes I don't use a parchment paper, but I am going to today since we're washing by hand. And this stuff gets kind of hard. It's hard to get off after it's baked on, so. I don't have the luxury of soaking it overnight. So here's my bake pan with a little bit of parchment paper on it. And sorry to block your shot, but doesn't that look yummy? I suppose you could make it into balls. We just didn't do that. We made the popcorn balls into balls. Now, it kind of sticks together. So when I stick it in the oven, I'm gonna stick it in for about 30 minutes. And about every 5 or 10 minutes, I'm gonna flip it over with a spatula so that it can not turn into one giant brick wall. Okay, let's take a short break here. I'll get this in the oven and we'll see how it looks after it's baked a little while.
All Faith Funeral Chapel and Smith Center will be here to assist you through a difficult time. Your loved ones will appreciate our large, up-to-date facility and fully furnished banquet hall. You can rest assured that we can provide an entire funeral or cremation package, including monuments at a price that are more affordable than other funeral homes. Plan ahead with All Faith Funeral Chapel. No matter where life takes you, we can meet you there at any location. Call 785-686-4120 or visit allfaithfuneralchapel.com.
If you could, what would you have in your kitchen? The quietest dishwasher? Sure. A big 28 cubic foot refrigerator? Oh yeah. A true convection wall oven? Check. You'll find Frigidaire professional kitchen appliances at Genuine Appliance in Hayes. They have all that, plus real stainless steel for fewer fingerprints and smudges. Frigidaire at Genuine Appliance at 1224 East 27th in Hayes. Your dream kitchen doesn't have to be a dream anymore.
The Rusty Tractor in Kensington offers big city dining with a small town feel. The Rusty Tractor features hand-cut steaks, burgers, wraps, and more, all with generous portions and quality products. The Rusty Tractor is proud to serve the area farming communities and welcomes everyone. Come as you are in your boots and jeans. You'll be right at home. Open daily and conveniently located on Highway 36. For more information, find them on Facebook, or for a full menu, visit rustytractorkensington.com.
Make moving and storing your home or business easy with Storage Solutions of Hayes and Victoria. With 2 facilities, they can store anything from antiques to automobiles and everything in between. Interior units for items needing special care. Drive-up units of all sizes, perfect for home or business. And outside storage for trucks, boats, and RVs. As an authorized U-Haul dealer, they have everything for your next move, across town or across the country. Storage Solutions of Hayes and Victoria, making moving and storing easy.
Hey, welcome back to Local Flavor. I turned these about 4 times while they were in the oven, and I had them in there about a half an hour. And there's still a few that are still slow enough. When it's in the oven, when you flip them, they kind of look like a snake at 4th of July. You know how they go brrr. And so it's dried out a little bit more now. I took it out to let it cool a little bit, but I just used the spatula to turn it. So we've got nice little chunks of chocolate popcorn. And I have to say, and it might be because I got new corn syrup today, but this is more the color I remember, if you must know. And it's looking a lot more like when I was little. The ones I made with my old corn syrup, which was a little darker, were shinier and darker. So also, I think it might be the cocoa powder because my mom did use Hershey's. So this is probably the case. Can you hear the crunching? It does. It tastes very similar to what we made when we were kids. And I don't know, some people add a little bit of baking soda. Maybe someday I'll try that too. I tried it on some of the other recipes and I felt like I tasted too much bitterness. But I could try it on this. But look at that perfect coating. Oh no, that one had like teeth marks on it. This whole area is ruined for gift giving. But anyway, look how pretty it is. I love it. I love, love, love it. It's not just melting chocolate over the popcorn. You're like making almost a candy coating for it. Kind of like a caramel corn or a popcorn ball. And it's really, I feel like I want to invite all the kids back over and have a slumber party of the old babysitting crew. It's awesome. Well, we are here at Aunt Faye's Community Kitchen. Be sure, we have been thinking of reasons to check it out over the holidays to do things with family, and you can do that too. Just the new person to call is Chelsea here at Aunt Faye's. Join us back here anytime. Try this at home. It was super easy, even the popping corn. And we'll see you next time on Local Flavor.